Payday hits your account. For about 48 hours, you feel rich. Then the money quietly disappears. By day 10, your card gets declined at a coffee shop. You check your bank app and stare. You didn't buy anything crazy this month. No vacation, no shopping spree, no big splurge. And yet the balance says otherwise. You're not lazy, you're not stupid, and you're not bad with money. Something else is going on under the surface. Because the real reason you're always broke before payday isn't what most people think. It's not one giant mistake ruining your finances. It's a pattern, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. I'm Leo, and today we're pulling that pattern into the light. Most people blame their income when they run out of money too early. They think a bigger paycheck would fix everything overnight. But studies keep showing the same strange thing again and again. People who get raises often end up just as broke as before. The number on the paycheck goes up, and the money still vanishes. That means the problem isn't only how much comes in. The problem is what happens between payday and the next Friday. Your money isn't disappearing into big dramatic purchases. It's leaking out through dozens of small forgettable moments. A quick lunch here, a delivery fee there, a treat yourself Tuesday. None of it feels expensive in the moment you swipe. But added together, those tiny leaks drain the whole bucket. Let's put a real number on it so you can feel the impact. Say you spend an extra $15 a day without noticing. That's a lunch, a snack, a coffee, and a random small purchase. $15 a day is about $450 a month. Over a full year, that's $5,400 gone. Gone into nothing you'd actually miss if it disappeared. That's the size of the leak most people are living with. Now here's the deeper reason those leaks even happen. You're not spending because you're greedy or careless. You're spending because your paycheck has no plan attached to it. Money without a job will always find one, and usually a bad one. If you don't tell your dollars where to go, they wander off. They wander into apps, snacks, subscriptions, and impulse buys. They wander into things you barely remember a week later. That's why the money feels like it just disappeared. It didn't disappear. It just went where nothing was guarding it. Think about how most people get paid and what happens next. The check hits, the bills get paid, and the rest becomes a free-for-all. Whatever's left just sits in checking, looking spendable. And anything that looks spendable eventually gets spent. Your brain sees a big balance and feels safe, even relaxed. So you say yes to things you'd normally say no to. You order in twice instead of once. You upgrade the cart, you skip the sale price. By day 15, the safe balance is suddenly a scary balance. This is what I call the payday illusion. The illusion that a full account means you can afford anything small. Small purchases feel invisible when the balance still looks healthy. But invisible spending is exactly what wrecks the month. Here's the simple math on how sneaky it is. $10 5 times a week is $50. $50 a week is $200 a month. $200 a month is $2,400 a year. All from purchases you probably can't even name right now. Now let's talk about the second half of the trap. It's not just the little leaks. It's the big fixed costs, too. Most people underestimate how much of their paycheck is already spoken for. Rent, car, insurance, phone, internet, streaming, groceries. By the time those clear, the free money is much smaller than it feels. But your spending habits still act like the whole paycheck is available. So you spend on the total, while your real budget is a fraction of it. That gap between what feels available and what's actually free is the danger zone. That's where the second half of the month gets eaten alive. Here's a quick way to see this in your own life. Add up every fixed bill you pay each month. Then subtract that from your take-home pay. Whatever's left is your real spending money for everything else. Not your paycheck, not your balance, that smaller number. For a lot of people, that number is shockingly small. And that's the number their daily spending should actually respect. Now let's add the third piece nobody talks about honestly. Emotional spending, the quiet driver behind so many broke payday cycles. You had a hard day, so you order comfort food. You felt bored, so you scrolled and bought something on sale. You felt stressed, so you deserved a little something. None of these purchases are evil, and I'm not here to shame them. But if your feelings are running your debit card, your budget can't win. Because there will always be another hard, bored, or stressful day. And each one comes with a small receipt attached. So here's what to do instead, and I'll keep it simple. Step 1. Give every paycheck a job before you spend $1. The moment money lands, decide where it goes on paper. Bills here, savings here, groceries here, fun money here. Not vague categories, actual dollar amounts you can point to. When money has a job, it stops wandering into random purchases. Step 2. Separate your spending money from your bills money. Keep bills in one account and daily spending in another. That way, you can't accidentally spend the rent on takeout. Your spendable number becomes small, clear, and honest. And a clear number is much harder to overspend by accident. Step 3. Name your top 3 money leaks out loud. Look at last month's statement and find the pattern. Maybe it's food delivery. Maybe it's late night online shopping. Maybe it's ride shares or convenience store stops or app subscriptions. You only need to fix the top 3 to feel a real difference. Cut one $20 habit and you free up $240 a year. Cut 3 of them and you're closer to $1,000 easier. Step 4. Build a tiny buffer before you try anything fancy. Just $100 in a separate savings account. That small buffer stops small emergencies from becoming credit card debt. Once 100 feels normal, aim for 500, then a full month. Every buffer dollar is a dollar the payday cycle can't touch. Step 5. Plan one guilt-free spend into every paycheck. Yes, on purpose. Written into your plan, no shame attached. Because a budget with zero fun is a budget you'll quit by Friday. A small planned treat keeps you from a big, unplanned splurge. Discipline without breathing room usually turns into a spending binge later. Now let's zoom out and connect this back to your real life. Being broke before payday isn't a personality flaw you were born with. It's a system problem, and systems can be redesigned. Your income might be tight, and that's a real, honest challenge. But the pattern I just described drains people at every income level. I've seen it with people making $30,000 a year. And I've seen it with people making 3 times that. More money without a plan just funds bigger, faster leaks. That's why just earn more is only half of the answer. The other half is building a simple structure your money has to follow. Here's the mindset shift that changes everything for most people. Stop asking, how much did I spend this month? Start asking, how much did I decide to spend this month? One question is a report card, the other is a steering wheel. Reports feel bad. Steering wheels give you control. You want to be the driver, not the passenger, on payday. Let's do one more piece of quick, honest math together. Imagine you free up just $200 a month using these steps. That's $2,400 a year without earning a raise. Put half of that into savings and half into paying down debt. In 1 year, you'd have $1,200 saved and $1,200 less owed. That's a totally different financial life from the same paycheck. The paycheck didn't change, the plan around it did. Now, a gentle reality check before we wrap up. You won't fix this pattern in a single weekend. The first month you try, you'll probably still overspend somewhere. That's fine, that's normal, that's not failure. The goal isn't a perfect month, it's a slightly better one. Then another slightly better one after that. Small, boring, consistent wins are what actually build wealth. Not one dramatic budget you follow for 11 days and abandon. So here's your simple homework from this video. Open your banking app tonight, not tomorrow, tonight. Scroll back through the last 30 days of transactions. Circle, star, or screenshot every purchase under $20. Then add them up and look at the total. That number is the size of the leak you've been ignoring. You don't have to feel bad about it, you just have to see it. Because you can't fix a leak you refuse to look at. Once you see the number, you can decide what changes and what stays. Maybe the daily coffee stays and the delivery fees go. Maybe the streaming stays and the impulse cart goes. Your money, your call, but now it's an actual choice. That's the real difference between broke before payday and calm before payday. Not more income, not more luck, not a secret trick. Just a simple plan, a clear number, and a little bit of honesty. You already work hard for this money every single week. It's fair that it works a little harder for you in return. If today's video helped one small thing click into place, that's a win. Try one step this week, not all 5, just one. The one that made you nod the loudest while watching. Come back next payday and see how different it feels. I'll be right here with more simple money stuff, one video at a time. Before you close this out, let me leave you with a few extra thoughts. These are the small ideas that keep the whole plan alive on hard weeks. First, watch out for what I call the payday reward. That's the little celebration purchase you make the moment money lands. A nicer dinner, a new gadget, a bigger grocery run than usual. One small reward is fine, but 3 or 4 in the same week is a warning sign. You're not celebrating payday at that point, you're front-loading the whole month. Second, be honest about subscriptions you forgot you signed up for. Open your card statement and look for every monthly charge. App streaming, cloud storage, memberships, delivery clubs, trials that never ended. Cancel anything you haven't actually used in the last 30 days. Even canceling 2 of them could save you $120 a year. Third, watch the pattern of cheap purchases that stack up fast. A $5 coffee doesn't feel like anything. But $5 every weekday is $25 a week. $25 a week is $1,300 a year. That's a whole vacation hidden inside a cup you drink in 10 minutes. Fourth, protect your future self with automatic transfers. Set a small amount to move to savings the day after payday. Even $20 a week becomes over $1,000 a year. Automation beats willpower every single time in the long run. Fifth, give yourself permission to start small and imperfect. You don't need a spreadsheet, a coach, or a perfect app. You need one honest look at your money and one small change. That's it. That's the whole beginning of a better payday cycle. And if you slip up next month, just start again on the next paycheck. Every payday is a fresh chance to try the plan one more time. Progress in money isn't a straight line. It's a slow, wobbly climb. But the people who keep climbing end up somewhere the impulse spenders never reach. Somewhere calm, somewhere quiet, somewhere payday isn't a rescue mission. That's the version of you we're working toward here. One small week at a time. Take care of yourself, take care of your dollars, and I'll see you soon.